So this gentleman, Mark recently wrote an opinion piece titled "The All Blacks Must Save Rugby from Boring Boks." So in this video, I would like to debunk this guy's opinion piece and to show you guys who are well-informed rugby lovers and well-informed rugby supporters that there is a false narrative doing the rounds amongst rugby media. So I will put the link of this article he wrote in the description below, and I would like to just cover a couple of points that he mentions concerning the Springboks and how New Zealand will come in to save the world from the bad guys, the Springboks. So yeah, so he says there in this article, he quotes Sam Whitelock, where Sam Whitelock said that ideally we came out here to play attractive running rugby the whole time. Now he quotes Sam Whitelock there. So number one, I just want to say number one, if you are a team like the All Blacks and you come up against a defensive team that's average, this Wallabies team that's out now has huge potential. However, it's a very young team, and these guys have to still work on their identity as a team, their style of play, defensive patterns and all those things. And that makes Australia an average defensive unit or team. And Sam Whitelock says here that they came out to play attractive rugby all the time. Yes, they played nice rugby against a team that isn't yet together defensively as they should be. So it's easy to play attractive rugby against such a team. If the All Blacks comes, or when the All Blacks comes against a team that's more defensively structured, then obviously they will play a more kicking game, or they will resort to be conservative in some areas of the field. So I think he's using this quote by Sam Whitelock incorrectly. So yeah, so I just want to debunk that from Mark Reason. He's using this quote from Sam Whitelock out of proportion. So the other point that this Poopall makes, he says that the Springboks, so South Africa's method allows no expansion. Now this is a false narrative that's going out there, that the Springboks has no expansion in their play. Number one, if you look at the games the Boks played in the World Cup, you will see that they scored plenty of tries, they threw the ball out of the wings, and they played expansive rugby. People are judging the Springboks on the game they played against Wales in the semi-finals, right? And they're judging the Springboks against the Lions series, which occurred now recently, where you had Warren Gatland playing a conservative game style himself. And Rassie knows that, the Springbok management knows that, they know Warren Gatland inside and out, and they adapted to what Warren Gatland brought to the table. That's what the Springboks did. The fact that he says that the Springboks has no expansion in their play, it's false. The Boks, they have expansion in their play. They've proven it in the World Cup final. Everybody thought the Boks will play the same way they played in the semi-finals, and they didn't. If you can watch the game again, do yourself a favor, go watch that World Cup final again against England. You will see that the Springboks, they threw the ball out wide to the wings and to the outside centers, right? So people, this guy, the second point, that the Boks has no expansion, it's a false narrative. Obviously in rugby is a game like this. You have to first build from a foundation. You can't just play expansive rugby. You have to have your set piece in place, your scrums and your lineouts to use as a platform to play from. And that's what the Boks do first. They first do that, they soften you up a bit, and then they come out expansively. And the Springboks being judged on this Lions series is very unfair, because the Lions series, it's a game where teams play to win at all costs. They play to win at all costs. Okay, then the other claim he makes, or other false narrative he brings in, he says there that when the ball is being kicked out of hand well over 50 times a game. Now, I must admit, the box and the Lions together, they kicked on average per game 53 times. They kicked the ball out of hand. 53 times. However, you can watch my previous video I made where I analyzed the stats from the test series between the Lions, and I measured that up versus the All Blacks stats when they played against the Lions in 2017. In 2017, New Zealand and the Lions together, they kicked the ball out of hand 47 times. In the 2021 series, the Springboks and the Lions together kicked the ball out of hand 53 times. Right? Per match on average. So saying that the Boks and the Lions were overly conservative, it's a bit of an overstatement in my opinion, because New Zealand, they also kicked a lot and the Lions kicked a lot in the 2017 series. At test match level, defenses are extremely tight and kicking is involved very much so in the game. So even a team like New Zealand, they also resort to kicking, and kicking a lot when they come up against tough defenses. That's the way rugby is played. The other point he makes is about Colby. He's saying, but I'm paraphrasing now, he's saying that Colby is not reaching his full potential within the Springboks. Now, if you have a guy who scored the winning try in a World Cup final, if you have a guy who scored the winning try to win you the series against the Lions, in my opinion, that is reaching your full potential as a winger. That is every boy's dream who wants to play rugby, to do those things, to score the winning try in a final or the winning try in an important match. The other point I want to make is Colby plays for Toulouse in France. I've done some research and I've discovered, and we all know how Toulouse plays. Toulouse also plays a physical oriented game and they kick a lot. Case in point, I did some research. So basically, in the final, the top 14 final, which Toulouse played against La Rochelle, in the final, Toulouse alone kicked the ball 39 times out of hand. I'll say it again. Toulouse kicked the ball 39 times out of hand. Not once in the Lion series did the Springboks kick the ball 39 times out of hand. I think in the first game, the Springboks kicked the ball 37 times out of hand. And here we have Toulouse, and we know and we see that Colby is reaching his full potential in a team that's playing almost a similar brand to the Springboks. I went a step further. I went to go see what did they do in the semi-finals against Bordeaux. Well, Toulouse kicked the ball 31 times out of hand. So I want to debunk this false narrative in this point that Mark Reason is making, that Colby is not reaching his full potential in this boring Springbok team, which is an utter false narrative. It's an utter lie, because we see that Colby is reaching his full potential at Toulouse, where he's winning everything on offer, as well as reaching his full potential with the Springboks, where he's winning everything on offer to win. So my guy, please man, stop with this nonsense, with this bad reporting or bad journalism. You're embarrassing yourself. Then I want to close off by saying, if you want nice, expansive rugby with the ball is being flung around and there's no defense, change the rugby product you are subscribed to. Go watch Rugby League or go watch Sevens Rugby. This rugby is unique. This rugby is a combination of defense, of physicality, of attack, of set piece. That is what rugby union is. That is what big boy rugby is all about. If you want to watch nice expansive play, Go watch rugby league or sevens rugby, please. Or go watch schoolboy rugby on a Saturday afternoon. There's huge false narratives flying around in the media. They're trying to put the Springboks in a box, and they are spreading lies, and they're painting a picture that's untrue. Yeah, so guys, this was a little bit of a rant. When I read this article from this guy, my blood boiled a bit. I just want each and every person that subscribes to this channel to be awake, to be aware, not to be asleep, to be woke in the rugby sense. And yeah, so I think going ahead we'll encounter many articles like this from the media, from the UK media, from the New Zealand media, from the Australian media, where they are seeing now that the Springboks are onto something. And instead of beating the Springboks with nice expansive rugby, nice expansive play, they will try to influence the Springboks outside of the field of play. And so yeah guys, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and help support my channel by liking this video. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.